Okay, Phase 4 is a movie that's actually older than I am. It's from like 1977 or 74. I have another movie that's called Ants that sounds pretty similar. Now, what happens is there's a series of astrological events that happen, and then all of a sudden, a scientist starts to study ants, and the ants begin to communicate. Now, the first like 10 minutes, you don't see a person. You see ants. You see a celestial event, and then you see ants talking to each other. So ants make the antenna thing, and cleaning their mandibles. And it feels really weird because you don't see an actual person walking until like the 10-minute mark. Which means you have two scientists who are trying to figure out what is going on with these ants in an area that's pretty much overrun by them. All the major predators are dead. All the ants are now all of a sudden cooperating. They're taking over small cities, especially this one place in the middle of nowhere. So this kind of has that bizarre like science fiction horror feel to it. Not that much in the way of horror. There is a scene where they find a body, and the body's got these holes in them, and ants begin to crawl out of the holes in his hands. So if you're scared of ants, this is going to drive you up the wall. If you're scared of most insects, it's basically that weird kind of like creepy crawly feeling. There's a scene where a couple is driving, and she sees an ant crawling in the guy's hair, and she starts hitting them, and they get into a car accident. You can tell it's very much is an older movie, especially when they're doing all their scientific work and they're just turning out like oscilloscopes and all these sort of things, and they're using the generator from their car to help power their whole plant. It's a pretty unique and pretty interesting sort of movie where you pretty much see you have two scientists, then you have an additional girl, and then like two people live in the area, and like another like bit character. So probably you just see two people trying to figure out A, what's going on, B, can they stop it, and C, will these ants eventually become a threat to mankind? And they're not giant ants, they are regular everyday sized ants. But there's just so much that they're just going to take over areas. So from that standpoint, pretty interesting. That's Phase 4.